Hi, I'm Joe Visconti and I'm running for U.S. Senate here in Connecticut. This video is for all delegates to the May 11th convention at Foxwoods Casino. I'd like to talk to you today about why I'm running, what my plans are, and how I think I can win. But none of it can be done without your support at the convention. I entered the race for U.S. Senate on March 1st. I looked around at the field and I thought there would be some stronger candidates that would be in the race that would be fighting Murphy right now in March and April. It didn't happen, so we entered the race. And within 3 weeks, we raised enough money to actually go on statewide radio on WRCH, WPLR, and 94.9 out of Ledyard. We've been hitting Murphy very hard, and on my website, joevisconticonnecticut.com, you can watch the radio ads through videos, and you'll get an idea of how our approach is going to be with Chris Murphy. This race is winnable. Many in our party aren't paying attention to this race. They're looking at the governor's race thinking that somehow the citizens of Connecticut will vote Republican for governor and just switch over like the old days into a Democrat senator or a Democrat congressperson. My belief is that our country is completely divided, and especially our state. Liberals are completely rabid at this point, and they're going to bring out forces that stay on their ballot. I do not believe there will be a splitting of the ballot, which is why I'm so concerned and why I entered this race. With so many Republicans, more than 12 running for governor, everyone in our party is on one side of the boat. And we don't have very strong congressional candidates either. So I'm very concerned that our ticket is not balanced. I'm already attacking Chris Murphy on radio and soon on television, and I want to be at least in the primary, if not win the nomination, to continue fighting Chris Murphy, who is funding the indivisible group across the state of Connecticut with millions of dollars. And we will not know who our gubernatorial candidate is until August 14th. The fight has to happen now. We're already in battle. If you haven't caught the radio ads, you'll be seeing television soon. And I need to be in this primary or win the nomination to continue all the way to August, pounding Chris Murphy, a message after message, as we are already doing. There's a couple other candidates in the field, fine gentlemen. They've been in it since last year, and they're working very hard as I am. But I did enter the race because I saw no measurable difference against Chris Murphy, and I feared our gubernatorial race was going to happen too late. We cannot start engaging as a party mid-September against the Democrats. The battle has to happen now. It's still April. You'll be watching this April or the first week in May. This is why we're hitting him now, and this is very important to hear. Chris Murphy just went up to 50%. He was at 49% approval rating in the morning console poll, which means he's at 50%. This is more of a left-leaning poll, and it's our feeling that he's closer to 44% approval. Our party, the establishment, the media, no one is talking about this. This race is winnable. I'm not running to be a sacrificial lamb just to carry the party banner. I'm in this to win it. In 2008, I was a sacrificial lamb. I took a hit for the party. I was a West Hartford town councilor, and they needed someone to run against John Larson. I did that. Spent a year on the trail, but I learned a lot about federal issues, about national security, foreign policy, and all the things that go into a federal race, which makes it much easier today, 10 years later, to enter a federal race. We can win this race. This race should not be thrown away. I bring strength, and I'm going to talk now about some of the things that you may or may not know about me. I did run for governor in 2014. I had been a major leader in the Tea Party movement since 2010, 2009. I'm a gun rights activist. I proudly display and have carried a gun since 1982. Over 35 years carrying a gun. It's something that's our right, it's not a privilege. Chris Murphy is actually raising money after mass shootings to raise millions of dollars towards the confiscation of the Second Amendment. This race won't all be about guns, but Chris Murphy raised millions on the gun issue, and we want to push back. We want to nationalize this race, and the way to do that is to put television ads and radio ads nationally. We've already started statewide. Our next move is nationally. And it's important to understand that Chris Murphy's face and name is known by so many in the NRA, Second Amendment supporters, Trump supporters, and they will see his face and donate $5 or $10 across America. That's the way to bring millions of dollars into this race at the proper time. Until that happens, which should be mid to late summer, we are going to continue to run a ground game all the way to the primary, if there is a primary. And we're going to continue to get our message out about Chris Murphy. One of the messages on the ad that you're going to see addresses Chris Murphy as an attorney, as someone who went to UConn, where I'm standing, right on the grounds of UConn, and went to law school, passed the bar. Why would he support sanctuary cities? This is not about amnesty. It's about Chris Murphy being a U.S. Senator and an attorney who's sworn an oath to the Constitution and an oath to the court system as an officer of the court. He knows better. Supporting illegal activity and supporting illegal aliens who break federal law is no place for a U.S. Senator. Again, it's not about amnesty or what we want to do, because I do want to build a wall. I supported Donald Trump from the very beginning. I supported the president on CNN many times. I worked as a volunteer across many states, and I was actually a spokesman for the president during the 2016 campaign on disability issues. But Chris Murphy has another agenda. He's now looking at moving more towards center. What he wants to do is move away from guns, the Second Amendment, move towards opioids, move towards veterans. He's trying to walk back his extremism. He knows how bad his numbers are. Again, I'm going to address a couple other candidates in the race, because you have to make a choice here who you're going to vote for. If you don't know, I organized thousands of people over the years. As a West Hartford town councilor, I brought multiple tax referendums in our town as a sitting councilor. In our town of West Hartford now, which used to be Republican, is completely liberal now, and our taxes are through the roof. People can't afford to live in our town, and this is now at the tipping point in West Hartford and in every town in Connecticut. It's so important to stand with the president. Another reason I'm running is the America First agenda. It's working in America. We're on top of the world here at UConn. We're watching kids graduate out of college. I want to make Connecticut what America's turning into, prosperity, through the president's plan. Chris Murphy voted against the Tax and Jobs Act in 2017, but he did vote for the omnibus bill without reading it. So he wants it both ways. He won't vote for tax cuts, but he'll vote for tax spending. And so we have many issues that hit him on, but the good news, he's low in his numbers. Now let me address something else that's very important to understand, again, about my competition within the convention. They've been in it since, one candidate since June and another since August. They've raised some money, but they haven't spent it and invested it attacking Murphy. And so I have so many volunteers, we don't need to spend money on a campaign manager at thousands per month or office space. We have people's homes across the state, grassroots, and we're doing that now. So it's important to understand that if we want to not just fight Murphy, but take Murphy on head on, he will have to come out of the shadows. Right now he's dodging everyone. Most Connecticut residents don't even know he's up for re-election. But it's your job as a delegate, and it's your responsibility to take a good look at all three of us in the race and say, who can what? Who can hit Murphy hard? Who has been? Who has a track record? I'm an Emmy award-winning producer. We produce videos right on the fly. We know how to do it. We can put them on social media, put them on radio, put them on TV. Quickly, we can respond quickly. I don't need to go through a team of experts to know what to do. I've run for Congress before, I've run for governor before, I've been an elected West Hartford official. We know the regulations, we know how to do this. It's not flying by the seat of your pants, but we can get a lot of money out of the money we raise. A lot of effort goes into that money, and we use every dollar to make sure it's going towards Chris Murphy, getting him under attack. And so I just fear that the other good candidates that are in the race haven't done anything yet. And one of them's run before and hasn't done much. So what will happen is we may crown someone as a nominee who just isn't able to get traction in the summer months. We already have traction right now with the general public. We need traction with the Republican Party, and we need to be your nominee. And if not your nominee, I need to be in the convention process and go right out into the get our 15% and get into this primary, so I can continue again to hit Murphy all summer. It's so important, the responsibility that you all as delegates have right now, and I know you're confused and you're weighing so many great gubernatorial candidates, but this is another message that you have to understand. win or lose against Murphy, I will make sure that he is pressed and he's not able to spend his millions of dollars giving it to Indivisible, which is another group, very radical and rabid. Lefties hate Trump, hate conservatives, hate the Republican message. And I'll make sure I press him so that our gubernatorial candidate and our under-ticket candidates statewide and state reps can actually have a chance. If he's left unattacked, or if you as a delegate choose candidates that aren't going to have traction in the summer or ever, then there's no one stopping Chris Murphy. I wish I could be at every town committee. It's impossible to be everywhere, and a lot of town committees have turned over. We are going to send this video out through email and a lot more that we've been doing. You'll be able to see it through emails. Please read them, watch them, listen to the radio ads, and support me in the convention. The state of Connecticut depends on someone like myself who is active, who's been elected, who has probably the highest name recognition in the state of most of your gubernatorial candidates. I've got that established. I've worked 15 years in politics. And lastly, I'll say, I am a politician. When I'm not elected, I'm influencing public policy through activism. Thank you so much, and I hope to get your support. Please visit my website, joevisconticonnecticut.com. God bless America. I'm Joe Visconti, a candidate for the United States Senate, and I approve this message.